What's up, everyone? Whoa, you're not supposed to see that yet. No. Okay. Whoa. No one saw anything. Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's AJ Writes Crypto. Thanks so much for being here today. Forgot my layovers. Boom. All right. I am working on the layovers. I know that they don't look the best. Maybe if I put my hand there, you can see them better. I'm going to leave my hand right here the entire show, and I'm not going to move it. All right. So shout out to everybody in the chat. We have Brian Bootyhead, Chauncey Peppertooth, a.k.a. my best friend in the entire world, Karen Harris, the Glitter Queen, JC Marsh, Alan Hereta. Everybody, thank you all so much for being here. Good morning to you all. GM. So today is a very exciting day for the show. Apologize for being 15 minutes late. I had this guy, oh man, what's his name again? Crypto Face called me this morning, and I wake up and my phone's buzzing in my ear, and we talked, and we had a long conversation, and he's a really, really good friend of mine. Shout out to Market Cipher. By far the most, my favorite, most powerful indicator in crypto. I like a lot of other indicators. I use other indicators, but in terms of the oscillator, in terms of dual band strength index, Market Cipher man, props to Crypto Face, and definitely keeping, Market Cipher is going to continue to be a sponsor on the channel until further notice. And we had a long conversation today, and it's just good to catch up with him. He's just one of those guys you can talk to like forever and ever, and really good friend of mine. And so it is his fault I am late. It's not because of my time management skills. It is Crypto Face's fault. So you go tell him that's why we're late. All right. So Des Brooks says, I like the shirt. Huh. He likes the shirt. Here, let me pull this down a little bit. So this is the newest drop for Get Rich or Get Wrecked. It got the astronaut saying get rich, and then he's dropping this little bag that says get wrecked. Hold on, I'll show you. It says get wrecked. And then on the back, it says Grogger. And I really like the white black split on the shirt. This is like the best Grogger drop so far. I am extremely, extremely proud of Get Rich or Get Wrecked and the brand that we've been building and how long we've been building it. And this shirt is available. This is not a limited drop. This shirt is going to be available forever for anyone to buy whenever they want. We are going to stay with keeping, some drops limited, being 100 here, 100 there for some designs. But this design is super awesome. It kind of yells everything crypto. And this shirt is now available over at cryptochips.com. I will copy and paste the link into the chat here. There it is. It's $40. You can get it non-organic or organic if you'd like to. I might have to get him to activate it because add to car. It's okay. I think it is only organic. I think he's wrong on the non-organic thing. Regardless, this shirt is super comfortable. It is right down the street of what we want to be doing with this clothing line, and I'm very excited about it. I do have a giveaway on Twitter. Giving 3 of them away. I said yesterday that I was going to close that giveaway. I changed my mind. I am going to keep that giveaway alive. In fact, I now have, this is my final day for the giveaways. I have 4 active giveaways. 4 active giveaways on Twitter. All right. And I'm going to share them with you guys really fast. We have Algorand. I have an interview with their new CMO, Mark. If you could ask him anything related to Algorand, put that in the comments. Whoever writes my favorite question or questions, could be more than one, will get, let me get rid of these for a minute. We'll get a shout out in the video and $100 in Algorand. There's the BAZED.com, new social casino that I am a brand ambassador for, giving $1,000 away. One person wins $1,000. All you have to do, like and retweet this tweet, follow BAZED Army on Twitter, and sign up with the link right there on the tweet below, giving away $1,000. And I hope that it's somebody in the Grogger Nation. Going through my Twitter here, this is what we put out before the merch was available. There are 3 shirts available for giveaway. If you don't want to pay $40 for a shirt, try to win one for free. Like and retweet this tweet right here on my Twitter, and you might be one of the 3 people that wins this brand new Get Rich or Get Wrecked shirt. And then I started a new one. Here we go with UFC 303. I will be there to see Conor fighting Michael Chandler in Vegas at the end of June. If I'm going to put a big bet, I'm talking a big boy bet on BAZED Bet for in the favor of Conor McGregor. If Conor wins the fight, I'm going to give $500 away to someone in the VeChain community who likes this post. I am doing 3 giveaways for 303, and this is number 1. I know this is early, but I did want to announce that I was going and start building up the hype for VeChain and for UFC 303. So there you go. 4 active giveaways on my Twitter. Kind of hard to beat that. Big shout out to everybody getting involved with them. Yeah, and definitely head over to cryptochips.com if you want to get in on the new Grogger shirt. Like I said, super proud of it. Super sick design. Wearing it right now. Super comfortable. Very excited to for all the things there. So amazing, amazing, amazing. So I normally, this is the part of the show where I'd look in and look at the gainers and the losers. This is where we start looking at charts, start pulling news stories, start doing all that stuff. But guess what? Not doing any of that today. We are going to look at charts at the end of the show. We're going to do a lot of charts at the end of the show. But a couple, I think last week I did a video for a new project coming on Hedera called Earthlings. Earthlings is a metaverse project. Absolutely, what they're building is insane. If you guys go back and look at that video, that footage that's in the video, that like while I'm talking about the project that's there, that's real footage from that game. And what they are building is extremely, extremely impressive. And I do have today, as special guests for the show, we have Joey and Patrick from Earthlings that are going to come on and talk about the project a little bit here. So I'm going to bring them onto the stage, and then we will start asking them a bunch of questions about their project. All right, here we are. We have Joey next in the top right and Patrick down below. How are you fellows doing today? What's going on?
Good. How are you, AJ?
Hey, another day in the life, my friend. How you doing, Patrick?
Yeah, fine. It just threw me off. I'm happy that I got connected quickly. I have no clue why, but if it happens, it's not me. It was some kind of glitch. But happy to be here. Let's hope that I stay connected this time.
All good. Hey, sometimes the internet the internet gods don't always. They're not always in our favor, but sometimes we can just hope, hey, just give me this 10, 15 minutes, please. Just give us this 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, so, I mean, let's start at the beginning. It actually could be my internet. There's a tornado warning here in Georgia. I'm almost kind of scared to drive home. The Glitter Queen sitting in the corner looking out the window like I have to drive in that. So, maybe we'll call it an early day today. So let's start at the beginning. Patrick, I know that, you're one of the big brains behind this operation. You're doing a lot of actually building this project literally with your own bare hands. I mean, Patrick, why did you start this project? Like, where did it come from?
I can't do it alone. Joey is one of the other big brains, and I've got some very smart people in the team as well. But yeah, we started almost 2 years, around 2 years ago. But so then it was just a solo show. It was me. I started writing down the first words of the white paper. I got my brother to read it. He loved it. He said, we can definitely do this, because I was a crypto enthusiast back then already. And I had some experience and failures in investing in gaming and metaverses, because that was a big thing last bull run. But then I got involved with a project where I said, guys, how come you raised so much money, but you have a black page? So how? You need to pimp up your project, or you won't make it. But so I actually didn't expect to hear anything back from them. But they did. So what they did, they reached out to me. I had an interview with them. They didn't show their face at all. And I really told... I wasn't very nice on that project. They said, well, guys, if you want to make it, then do this, and this. I thought I would never hear back from them anymore. But then this whole metaverse and gaming stuff was in my head. So after a week, when they did get back to me and they offered me a job, actually, I already wanted to do it myself, because my brother and I, we had a marketing and design agency for 20 years. And so we saw what was possible, but also we saw the gap that needed to be filled in this space. And there was lack of transparency. For instance, I had a talk with these guys, but I didn't even see them. And you see that so many times. But lack of quality as well. It's usually in Web3, which you see sometimes. Unfortunately, luckily, the things are changing, because many big projects, good projects, are emerging now as well. But you see sometimes that it looks like they want to raise a lot of money, and then deploy something that's not really what people expected from their marketing and from their movies that they were showing beforehand. So we really wanted to change that. So, and also put focus on gaming, because we wanted to start with a metaverse, actually, because that was, well, I thought that idea was cool, but we realized very soon already, if gamers invented metaverse, it's an online space. People come together. That's what gaming is. It is a metaverse. We just, the Web3 stole that concept, added some shops and stuff to it, and said, now it's a metaverse. But the only ones who ever successfully created a metaverse were gamers. So we said, yeah, let's see if we can do something like that. We got some smart people together. I finished the white paper. We got Jorgo, he's a programmer. He joined in as well. We put the money and time together, and we started this. And soon after, we had some people from Hedera joining us as well, Milan, but also, as you can see, Joey, who joined us, and we set up a great team.
Awesome. No, that's one hell of a story, man. And I must say, like, just from, you know, the outside looking in, if you were to go over to the Earthlings website right here, here it is. They're introducing the new Steam banking rewards program. And if you go to the collection, you know, right now, so you can still get in on the NFTs before the, you know, the full game is actually released. I mean, there's watches, there's airships, there's motorcycles, there's villages, towns, backpacks, animals that can be your friend's sidekick animals right there. You can farm. There's just so much you can do in this game. And, you know, just from all the different NFTs that you can get, you know, going into the game, my brain already is going to like, wow, this game is really going to be not on the surface game. This is going to be a really complex game that's probably going to grab hours and hours and hours of fun for a lot of people. So, you know, Joey, I wanted to ask you, like, looking at the website right here, you know, we're introducing the Steam banking rewards program. Is there not already a coin? Are there 2 coins now with Earthlings? How to walk me through that?
2 coins.
Right.
Sorry. 2 coins. Yeah, we launched Steam last week. It's been a successful launch. Everything's going really well. The Steam is the on-chain. It's on Hedera. It's a Hedera token service token. So it's available a couple of places, with more coming very soon. The way that the game will run, Steam will be the lifeblood. So you'll be able to buy NFTs. You'll do all your shopping there. You'll earn rewards. You'll win prizes in competitions. Everything. You'll go to a farm or a store in the city and be able to buy in real life goods. So it is the lifeblood. But everybody knows, gamers, and if you're a gamer yourself, you know this especially, the fear of that Web3 adoption and that wallet attachment and putting those 12 to 24 word seed phrases down in the education. It's a big learning curve. We all went through it, but Web2 gamers are very resistant to that. So our solution was water. It's a reward token, but it's also an in-game token that'll be earned without connecting a wallet. So from our mobile games all the way until the launch of Earthlings.land, full Europe map, you'll be able to play, earn water tokens, go into our shop and shop with water tokens. The neat part about it is you'll be able to buy things in water that you can use in the game. At that point, we will walk the Web2 gamers through Wallet Connect, how to use NFTs, how to hold your NFTs, how to transfer them, whatever is needed to ease into the process. So we want the front end to be like playing any video game, and we'll worry about the back end educational part for the rest of it. You know, moving forward, we think that's going to be all Web3 gaming that succeeds, right? The last thing people want to do is log into a game they're excited to see and play, and the first thing that pops up is you must connect your wallet to play this. And then you connect your wallet and they say, now buy something to play this game, or you can't play. And we want to get as far away from that as possible.
Yeah, so just to make this super clear for everyone in the audience, you don't need to do crypto at all to play Earthlings.
Nope, you won't need a wallet. You won't need any of our NFTs, and you can succeed and go far in the game without that. Now, once people start winning NFTs and tokens, they're automatically going to be excited to find out how to use them and to gain advantage or to be able to play longer without having to wait. So that's the whole plan.
Right. Gotcha. So, what's next with the Steam tokens, Joey? I mean, I know that like on the website, it's kind of like you're introducing it. Can people already buy it? Like, what is that like for everybody?
Yeah. So if you're into Hedera and have a Hashback wallet or any of the other wallets, you can go right now to Saucer Swap. And we have a pretty large, successful liquidity pool there. With the Steam token, it's launched, and we promised amazing utility for it. We didn't want to launch a token that people just sit and speculate on our game. We wanted to have use for it. So we've done 15, it will be at the end of this month, 15 million Steam token drop. So if you go check out our website and look us up on X, you can see how to link that up, how to associate the tokens. We have one more round of drops. It's going to be 6 million Steam tokens in May. It's a surprise drop. So if you jump in now, you won't miss it. The next step after that, we have two really cool things planned. We want to keep rewards flowing to Steam holders. Okay. So you showed it a few minutes ago. We have a in-game reward banking system. So you'll be able to hold Steam. It's not going to have to leave your wallet. You'll be able to go in and register your Steam account, your wallet ID, and sign up and get some rewards dropping every month until the game launches.
Awesome.
We promised one more utility with the Steam token, that all of our NFT mints would be in Steam. So our first one is our city plots. New Paris is our capital city on the map, and there's 1,000 pieces of property available in that, and we will mint those exclusively in our Steam token.
Wow, no, that's awesome. And I, as anybody have seen from the chat, have seen the video I put out on Earthlings just a couple weeks ago on this channel. Like I said, the trailer of that game is sparkling clean. We have the waterfalls and the towns and the islands in the sky connected by bridges. It is absolutely ridiculous. And Patrick, like, yeah, the trailers, look great, but like, I'm really interested to feel like, the game looks great, but what is the gameplay going to feel like? Like what like there's just so many aspects to it, like the time portals in there. Like, well, can you like give me like a quick rundown on like an objective in the game? Like, I'm just trying to get a feel for what the gameplay is actually going to feel like.
I think there's something for everyone, and indeed, if people want to see what we're actually building, just go to our YouTube channel and check out the videos, because everything you see there is made with in-game footage. So with us, what I'm going to get back to your question, but what annoyed us so much is that they give you these amazing trailers, and then what comes out is nothing like it. But everything that we show is in-game material. So what you see is what you get. But yet, the gameplay, I guess it depends on the type of player that you are. What we really want to do is get the gamers and the NFT enthusiasts, crypto enthusiasts together for the first time, for instance. So if you are a gamer, we'll have quests for you to follow. So if you like, for instance, quests in World of Warcraft, we'll have that too. But we won't have it like slashing from A to Z. I know some big names in the industry that already started some amazing looking games as well. But then again, aiming a bit towards the Web3, actually, I would like to say more players and not gamers, because they play to gain, to try and get these NFTs. But the thing is, you slash your way from A to Z. You can't even lose. You stand on the rock, and the animals or whatever, it's actually can't even hit you. So there needs to be real gameplay, and that means that there needs to be a storyline. It needs to have this game feel. Just go on YouTube and Google Web3 games reviews, and there's some great YouTubers, and they tell you all these secret ingredients that Web3 games are missing, and that's what we're trying to bring. But also, so for instance, quests, but also exploration. Think of Subnautica, for instance. I don't know if you know it, but it's a great exploration game. For that, your world needs to be amazing, of course, needs to look good. So we were going to try and get all these ingredients together so that many people can play it. But even for the landowners, let's say that they are the crypto enthusiasts, we don't have them sitting still, passively doing nothing, because that's the problem with a lot of these metaverses. I like to call us a game, but yeah, having land, you are a metaverse as well in the way that we explain it as well. But we want to give them something to do as well. So we're giving them a gamer's plot. And if a landowner has his land, usually he's just going to sit back and expect the team to make the price of the land go up, and right. That's what they speculate on. But we want them to be active as well. If you give them a tool to incentivize them to get more players in, then they have something to do as well. So they get a gamer's plot, and they can tell their nephew, their niece, or their gym buddy, hey, I've got this great looking game. You come and play, I have a spot for you. So you give them an incentive. Why? Because we can have them, these gamers, we can give the land plot owners a percentage on their earnings, for instance. So there's a win-win for both. But then you really need to give them a good looking and very fun game to play. So that's what we are set out to do. So it's going to be a lot of gameplay, but I think it's best to read the white paper, which I wrote in a way that everyone can understand it. But I think just look at the game and get the feel and imagine that with exploration and quests and much more that we can incorporate.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick, I must say I've seen a lot of Web3 gaming pushes in my experience in crypto, and from the gameplay footage I've seen, it feels like this world is absolutely massive. I forget. It's like 28 squared kilometers.
Well, just Europe is 20 by 20 kilometers. So that's one of the biggest Fortnite maps is, I think, 6 by 6, something like that. So right. It's way bigger than that. And just the floating islands are as big as one of the Fortnite maps. And that's just Europe. So yeah, a lot is to come. But you need that if you want to have this exploration, this field of exploration. And we didn't want this crowded metaverse again, where because with a lot of these projects, it's all stuck in one city and that's it. We wanted to give people some space. If you compare it as well, if you look at the land that you get, it's 32 by 32 for a land plot, but you can even own a whole town. And that's 5 of those times 5, and you're the owner. Well, you have these landowners, of course, that have their plots, but read the white paper, look at the movies, then you'll understand.
Totally.
It's too much.
I just feel like, this project really does seem, from what I've seen and the size of the map and the footage and everything, I feel like you guys are really going above and beyond to try to make Earthlings something special. There's no secret about that. And, so I guess that kind of boils down to this question is, Patrick, like, what do you want to see changed in Web3 gaming? And how does Earthlings help get us to that next step?
Yeah, well, actually, we spoke about it a little bit already. So I would like to see in Web3, I would like to see more transparency. Who is building it? If you ask anyone to invest in a project in Web2, they wouldn't do that if they don't know your address, your face. So we're out there. And I think that's very important. We don't even partner actually with projects that are not registered, that we can't find. So that's something that I like to see changing. But also in the gaming, in the Web3 gaming, I like to see more focus on how to get gamers into Web3 and not a focus on play to earn players, because that's a whole different category. They say that gamers don't want to pay to play. No, that's not true.
They pay to play every day they pay to play.
And then they spend it. And some people spend so much money and they lose all the money then if they go to the next game. Well, that's another subject, of course. But so I like to see more focus on gamers. And that's what Joey said. We don't want these games where you first have to connect your wallet. I don't even do that. If a Web3 game asks me to connect my wallet, they lose me because I don't want to even put the effort in. So the focus needs to be gaming and not play to earn. Yeah, it's great if they can earn in the game, but it should be an add-on. The game should come first, and that's what we try to do. And I hope that's what we're going to see more and more in the Web3 game space.
Amazing. And I did want to ask: is there a projection on when we'll see a beta test, MVP? So I know it's far out, and I don't know if you guys have a locked-in date yet. I know it's going to take time, but is there any projection on when we can expect to get our hands on this game?
Yeah, we're doing because we know that people want us to always do something and see something. So I'm doing the final corrections on the mobile game that we have now. Some of the community are already testing that, and we now implemented the shop. I must admit that is, even building a mobile game is a lot of work, especially with me always adding more to it, because we started it as a community game and then we said, well, let's make it a little bit better. So, but because we have a long runway, because we aim for 25 to open up at least some exploration. We will see, of course, because it is an ambitious project, and we know that we're not naive about that. And but because of that, we are starting some mobile games as well. And yeah, so 2025 is the aim for the community to also already go around and explore. But as you said, it's a big thing. So we're adding now new programmers to the team. And after we had several talks and are a few months further with these programmers, then it's going to be easier to make somewhat of a roadmap. But it's always going to be difficult because these games are usually built by, well, a team of 100, 200.
Right. Oh yeah, totally. No, and that is gaming in a nutshell. How long it takes for these massive projects to come out. So obviously, I feel it's completely fair for the community to be patient for this game. If you've seen the footage on what we have to expect, I feel like everyone's completely comfortable with being patient, and it's built on Hedera, which makes complete sense. Really, a lot of TPS, low fees. It makes complete sense for a gaming scenario. And I mean, with Hedera NFTs, like, this is really the metaverse push for Hedera. And I mean, before I go, Joey, I want to ask you, you guys could have built this project on any platform. Why did you pick Hedera?
That's funny. There was a Hedera meetup with Lehman and Mance there on Tuesday night in New York City. I just got back last night, and that was one of the questions, and it comes up a lot. But it's that people say, "Well, there are no games on Hedera," but that's not true. There's millions and millions of dollars invested into games that are being built on Hedera for the speed, for the fixed price transactions, and that's what we needed. So we could have gone for the hype and the quick buck and the big money investment. But when you look down the roadmap and say, what happens when 20,000 people are in your game at the same time and there are NFTs being collected? They can't take, $20, $30 a piece to transact, or 4 to 5 minutes to wait. If you're in a quest and you stumble across an NFT, or you grab an NFT from somebody else's wallet to rent, that needs to happen quickly, right? And that transaction needs to process. So that's why Hedera, for that long-term build and for those fast transactions on a high volume throughput.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I feel like it's going to become more of a common thing to see, even more and more games to eventually get built on Hedera. I do want to really fast. I'm bringing up the your Twitter on my side screen here, so I can show everybody your Twitter page really fast before I let you go. Let me share this over here. All right, everybody, this right here is the Earthlings.land Twitter page. They got over 10,000 followers already. Absolutely love to see it. Why don't you guys head over there, give them some love on Twitter. This is an absolutely kick-ass project being built on Hedera, full effort metaverse. I just copy and pasted their Twitter link right there in the chat, so you guys can go give them a follow. And guys, take some time and go check out some of this footage. Check out the white paper. Look at what they are doing over there on Earthlings. It is very impressive, and I'm glad to be able to make videos like this, be able to help get the word out there for when the game does eventually launch. So there you go, guys. I do appreciate you guys coming on the show so much. Have a safe rest of your day. Hopefully we can link up, as there's more news coming as the game gets close. I'd love to have you back on the show to talk about as we get closer, to get everybody more excited when that time comes. But until then, you guys have a safe rest of your day. Thanks for coming on the show. Any last words?
I'm dodging tornadoes too here in Georgia, so be safe out there. And thanks so much for having us on. Look forward to talking to you soon.
Totally. Awesome.
Couldn't say it better. Thank you.
Perfect. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for coming.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. Sweet. Shout out to the boys over at Earthlings. That that project is going to be insanely successful. Guys, when I was making the video, they sent me this footage. Like I ended up using a kind of a quicker version of the footage that kind of went from scene to scene to scene to scene in my video, but they sent me this other videos that were kind of like would spend longer in each world, like if it was the town or if it was the underground science lab or the sky bridge, and there was like minutes and minutes going through each setting in the game, and it was insane. Oops, a magical hand just appeared in the back to spin my coin. But yeah, the work they put into this project is actually impressive, and one thing I respect above all is people who really grind and put in extremely hard work. Excuse me. And Patrick and Joey have accomplished that without a shadow of the doubt, and I could not be more important to play this game when the time comes. So big shout out to the guys at Earthlings. Make sure you go give them a follow over on Twitter. They're working really hard. They deserve it. Awesome. Let me try to plug back into the normal show here. The Glitter Queen's trying to what do you got?
Sorry. Hi, you guys. There was just a question JC had at the beginning that he wanted you to answer.
Okay.
So I'm just going to read it to you. He said, AJ, can you explain to us dum-dums how coins can be on different chains with essentially the same price? How is that technically done?
That's a good question. I feel that it is accomplished by the market makers because they're all pegged to, the API of the project itself. You know what I mean? So I feel like if that's actually a hell of a question. This is certainly down the rabbit hole of coding, because if something's on this network and this network and this network, it's all the same price. But I don't think it fluctuates from network to network. I think that data comes from the coin itself that is then spread on those networks, if that makes sense. I don't know exactly how to technically say that fluently right here, right now, live on the show. But I do feel, let me get rid of that. But I do feel that data comes from the coin itself, if that makes sense. But there also are scenarios where, I think with Pulse Chain that the coins weren't the same price, were they? And like everyone was saying, if this coin gets to this on Pulse Chain, then it would be worth that because they weren't the same price. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to actually dive a little deeper on that. That's really something I haven't really thought about, to be honest, because in my mind, the price of the coin is the price of the coin regardless of what chain it's on. So that data has to come from the project, the coin itself. That's the best answer that I could give off the top of my head. All right. Let me plug back into the show here. Took a little ride. We talked about merch. We talked about this kick-ass project being built on one of my favorite blockchains. Big shout out to Earthlings. Big shout out to Hedera. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll put my overlays on for a minute. I am going to make better overlays. I have had some people said that when I was doing the charts that the overlays were kind of not there. I am contractually required to have overlays on the screen, and so I am going to make them so they're not transparent. So it'll kind of maybe like more like a rundown type box, similar to how Ben's do it. But I am working on that. I understand that this is just the first rendition of them. They will get better, but I completely understand. But yeah, one day at a time, everybody, one day at a time. So I do want to kind of try to tap back into, a regular vibe of this show here for, at least probably like in 15, 20 minutes. We did go a little bit over on the Earthlings interview, but it's all good. I want to give those guys the time they deserve because they are certainly working very hard. Let's just go straight to the gainers and the losers, and then we'll go to price from there. All right. So top 100 gainers and losers. We got Akash up 12. Render kept going. And guys, I am very surprised to see that Render kept going. And I will explain that in a minute. Arweave up 9%, Casp at 8, Toncoin, Thor, Pepe, Near, all above, all up between 3 to 6 cents. Let me get rid of these overlays. They're driving me nuts. And then on the right side for the losers of the day, we got WorldCoin down 5, Ribbon, Sweet, Chili's, Ethereum Classic, Stacks all down between like 4, 3, 4, 5. Nothing too crazy, but to be honest with you, there's only one coin that's above 10% up, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins, 6 coins actually altogether that are above 5% up in the past 24 hours. So that's actually not that crazy. I think things, for the most part, things are ranging right now. And what I mean by ranging, just kind of in like a sideways, kind of little sideways box of chop that I will show you on the charts here. I did take a long look at large time frames last night for the Telegram group. And, I kind of felt that last night the trading conditions were not very good. And as you can see, there's only 6 projects that are above 5% to the good. So things basically have been sideways. That is still true, despite the fact that a couple outliers ran pretty hard. I mean, there's only 6 coins that are above 5 and 1 coin that's above 5 to the downside. So for the most part, in 24 hours, not that many projects have really stepped out and moved more than 5%. And that's what I mean by these are tough trading conditions. There will always be outliers, but for the most part, things are not moving. Things are relatively sideways. Things are relatively sideways bleeding. So, and when I actually zoomed out on the 3-day, the 5-day, some of the weekly charts, guys, there's a part of me that's scratching the back of my head, and there's a part of me that is a little bit worried that I kind of have a little bit of bearish fear as we kind of move through May here. We all know, May has, in the past 3 Mays have been bad, especially when there's a red April before it. Last month was the first red month in 7 months. So there is a lot of historical data that kind of points to this month not being the best, but at the same time, historical data only gets you so far. History does not repeat itself, but it often rhymes, as they like to say. So I do want to spend some time here and kind of give my overview on, where I am, why I'm confused, and what we can do together from here. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this right here. Oops, did not mean to draw that line. Is the S&P 500. I always like to stay plugged in to the stock market. And this, with the drawing on this chart, makes a lot more sense when it's zoomed in, because this is the 5-day. All right. On the 5-day, the RSI, as you can see circled below, is pointing up. The RSI is going up towards the 70 line. It's approaching overheated, but it's still moving. On Market Cipher, as you see right here, we just printed a green dot on Market Cipher B on the 5-day for the stock market. That is pretty insane. Not to mention a negative 516 on the dual band strength index, where any number above a 14 is a strong degree of certainty. So this is looking pretty good for a 5-day chart on the stock market. Zooming into the daily is when all these other charts will start to make lines will make a little bit more sense, is where, we have gotten above and closed above the 50 EMA on the daily chart, because we were a little bit worried when we were in this downtrend closing below the 50. That's bearish continuation for days. But we have already popped out of that. We have already popped out of this a broadening descending channel, and we've already popped above support resistance, and we're moving up on the daily. Zooming into the 2-hour, continuing to move. Fresh green dot just printed on the 2-hour. This is what we want to see for the stock market, everyone. Leading into last night, when we were, headed down, testing the support resistance level, is a little easy to get a little nervous, saying, oh, if we lose the support resistance, that's not going to be good. But the stock market in the past 2 hours, in the past 3 or 4 hours, has made a push up, breaking above this support resistance, and is heading towards retesting that all-time high. I mean, this level right here, that's the all-time high for the S&P, guys. It's not far away, breaking up off support resistance. If this was a crypto chart, I would be long and I would be leveraged. All right. And to kind of tie that in to TA on the dollar, is that the dollar was trying to make its way. It actually did make its way back into this ascending. I did not mean to move that. The dollar actually moved its way back into this ascending broadening channel here, and since then has actually been rejected and dropped back down out of it. Here we are here, and this thing could actually respect this downtrend that I loosely drew on the show the other day. So with the stock market climbing and the dollar falling out of a channel, that is good news for crypto. The thing is that crypto is surprisingly not following the playbook at the moment. A lot of times when the stock market breaks out, when the dollar is falling, crypto does tend to follow it. There has been, I have noticed that correlation has been pretty weak the past week or so. A lot of times I can actually make good decisions, accurate decisions for Bitcoin and consequently altcoins based off the direction of the stock market. But right now, I mean, on the daily chart, Bitcoin does not look good on the daily. As the S&P is coming up in the RSI, Bitcoin is getting rejected at the 50 line for the RSI, which if you've been watching the show, you will know that's bearish continuation. You will know that right here, we're coming down in the oscillator. We're just approaching the red. If I just show you market cipher B here for a second, you will see that on the daily chart, we have just got into the red on market cipher B, coming down on the VWAP, coming down on the oscillator, coming down on the RSI. That's not really what you want to see on a daily chart for Bitcoin. All right. Bitcoin has been fighting. It lost 61 momentarily last night. Even kind of coming in here on the 2 hour, it has bounced off this support resistance line. And I guess if you want to, kind of tie that into the pump of the stock market, that makes sense. But as of last night, before this pump up last night, they were going the complete opposite direction, and the decoupling was very confusing. That now that Bitcoin has held this level, I would attribute that to the stock market pushing back towards all-time highs, to be completely honest with you. Risk assets move up as the dollar loses strength, and that has been sticking to the playbook. What we do have to worry about, though, is that if Bitcoin does want to hold this, to be fair, it did go below this. It was in the 60s last night, and that is pretty scary. But to be fair, we do need to keep a close eye on this on the 2 hour as Bitcoin's approaching the 50. It's approaching the 200, which are close together. That's kind of its own story. And we're pushing up towards this trend line. We need to see, for us to get behind going long on altcoins, for us to be super bullish on our altcoins. It's great that Bitcoin bounced support resistance, but now it's kind of coming to what I like to call a point of intersection, where the point of intersection is where Bitcoin is either going to have to lose this support resistance level, which is, like I said, at 61,100, or it's going to break out of this downtrend. Okay. That point of intersection happens on Sunday night. Okay. Right here. One of these two things is going to happen by Sunday. It's Thursday, everybody. It's Thursday. So, right now, it could go either way. I'm not going to say, I personally, if I had a gun to my head, if it's going to break down or break out, I would say break out, break up. I would like to say that, but the 5-day, if we kind of get rid of some of this stuff here on the 5, actually, let me go to a different Bitcoin chart for the 5-day so I don't lose my stuff here. What did I just do? Go away. What is it? What are you? Go away. Here, let me do this. I will go here, share this tab instead. The graph, looking at this one, bouncing off the gun fan. Like to see that. All right, but I did want to look at the Bitcoin 5-day. I don't want to get too distracted here. Cracking. All right, 5-day. All right, and this is more of what I was saying about the separation between Bitcoin and the stock market, is that, the stock market has bumped off support resistance. Bitcoin has bumped off support resistance. But when you look at the 5-day, remember, here's the, let me go back to the 5-day for the stock market. Here's the 5-day for the stock market, pushing up in the RSI with the -516, green dot on market cipher B, looking like it's going to put in a new all-time high. There's the 5-day for the stock market. All right, looking extremely bullish. And then we go to Bitcoin. Wrong one second. My computer froze up on me, of course. Here's the 5-day for Bitcoin. All right. We're losing the overheated level. We're coming down, going to test the 50 line, coming down on the oscillator, 14 -4 on dual band strength index. The 5-day is not promising, y'all. 5-day is not promising. So when I say that, do I want to see Bitcoin, break out? Do I want to see Bitcoin bounce off this level and break out before the point of intersection? Yeah, I would like to see that. But even the daily on Bitcoin does not look good. Small time frame stuff looks okay. Small time frame stuff looks like we could maybe get a couple scalps in, put up a fight. But I want to see it break out. I want to see this break out. But in the meantime, we're not going to guess. We're going to react. We're going to set an alarm right here at 61,100. And we're going to set an alarm right here on this downtrend that I have. Let me zoom back out so you can see it. If you want to pause the screen right here, I'll make it bigger for y'all so you can see it. There is this downtrend touching those levels right there. All right, let me get rid of some of this stuff for you. I always draw this crazy chart graffiti. All right, there you go. There is your downtrend if you'd like to copy that and set an alarm on it yourself, because you want to be aware, you want to be notified when these things happen. All right, so there you go. That's kind of my confusion between the crypto and the stock market right now at the moment. In terms of altcoins, let's talk Solana. I feel like Solana is a really good altcoin to talk about because it kind of covers a lot of bases. It has its own ecosystem. It's a larger market cap and can, represent a lot of other altcoins. Even when you look at the daily for Solana, you understand that Solana is in a big conditional range at right here, 216. And down here, 126. This is a very large range. But like I said in the Telegram group yesterday, we were not looking at the quick what to do nows. We were looking at the macro. We were looking at the bigger moves. And yeah, are there trades in between here and here? Damn straight. But we're zooming out. We're zooming out and looking at the big strokes today. It's not about the scalp right now. It's about the bigger trades that could happen. And I do want to point out, even when you zoom out a little bit more on Solana, look at, say, the 2-day. Okay, you see this little blue circle right here? This right here is a value area. All right, and that's between 126 and 76.41. All right, you guys are getting the drop that the Telegram group got yesterday. Okay, and then as you can see, this value, here's that other value area. It has traded in this range before. It has ranged in this range before. We have been here before. These are volume levels that are familiar. This is not uncommon. All right. So what we're saying here is that if in the case where Solana loses this level at 126, very likely to come back into this range. And just for the gravity of that, I mean, we are talking a 40% drop from top to bottom. In the event where Bitcoin doesn't hold the floor, if Hodor doesn't hold a door and Bitcoin breaks down this hill here, best believe that projects like Solana are going to end up back in these value areas, a step below where they are now. And I'm not saying this is 100% going to happen, but I want you to be prepared if it does. That's the point. Big alarm, big alarm, big alarm. All right. So if you want to zoom in on Solana, more than happy to do so. It does look like it's trying to put up a fight on the 2-hour. We got bullish divergence, market cipher B, anchor wave, trigger wave. Coming down. It is in the red, but we are coming up on the VWAP, which is good to see. Negative 515 on the dual band strength index. I don't know why my volume profile is not. Okay. But yeah, we even check out high IQ here for a second. Nothing printing on high IQ at the moment. But, it does look like it's trying to pump a fight. And we do want to see that. It has closed above the 200 on the 12-minute. Maybe if we kind of look, if we wanted to find a conditional type range on Solana, we could, kind of look at the previous support resistance levels from the local patterns, right here. Okay. And that level is at 148.8. We break above that, I feel a little bit safer going along on Solana. If you miss this slightly lower high scalp, about 4% in the last 2 hours. This level is probably going to be a fighter, but if we fully break above it, I'm totally cool with going along from that level. So there you go. Let me check out a couple other charts. I know I have a couple ideas that I looked at this morning that I'm saving for the group, but I do want to give you guys something else before I send you on your way. We do have over 150 people in the house right now. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, so this is one I not totally excited about. Hedera, man. You see that coming into the red? When I look at the other charts like this is when I start to kind of get upset about what could happen with Bitcoin. We're just now entering the red on Hedera. It doesn't have to be red forever. There were cases like right here. It was red for how many days was this right here? From the beginning to the end. 23 days it was red right there. It doesn't have to last forever, but we are just getting into the red on the daily chart with Hedera. And that's not the best. That's not the best. And we don't want to see, we kind of, despite the wicks, we kind of have these a couple little weird outliers, but for the most part, we're putting in lower highs. Descending, broadening for Hedera. Really the main push here for the daily is that we're above the 50 EMA. We got to get above that 50 EMA. No questions asked. Got to get above it. And at the very least, every time Hedera has lost the 50, it has held the 200 right here. It dipped below it, but ultimately held it here. It has been putting in slightly higher lows on the larger time frames, even like say the 4 hour. It has been pushing against this, so certainly what you'd want to do is draw this line on the 4 hour and alarm this little uptrend right here. If we lose this and kind of curve over, because it has been putting in, let me zoom this down a little bit, it's been kind of falling over, all right, but at the same time it's been putting in higher lows, so something has to give here. So certainly draw these touches here and alarm that uptrend. That is 100% a move if you're trying to target a trade on Hedera, which actually does pretty good in terms of having liquidity on exchanges. Very, very, very common to see a lot of liquidity there for Hedera. Hold on. All right. The last one I'm going to show you today is Phantom, FTM Phantom. Got a lot of, conditional type ranges here. Has bounced off of this bad boy right here, off of 66 cents. We have anchor wave, trigger wave, kind of confluence pointing towards not going short right there when it curves over like that. Anytime you see on Market Cipher, guys, anytime you see this, and the price is down over, that's bullish divergence, textbook bullish divergence on Phantom there. It doesn't get any more simple than that. We're coming up and testing the 50 EMA, and I feel like the next level we really want to break here is 69.8. If we kind of continue this conditional range from before, which is still very much in play, we want to see that level get beat. Kind of zoom into the 12-minute here. We have already closed above the 12-minute. Anyone following me on that strategy, the close would have been here about 2% in 3 hours. Nothing crazy. And you want to consider that it has, kind of got itself above this previous level, these two highs where it got rejected from, right? So, I mean, hell, if you wanted to go long with FTM and put the stop loss, I'd say underneath where these highs were, and try to target 68 level from right here to right here, you're looking about 2.6% to get to that level. A little bit more risky than waiting for a clear break, but it has broken the previous highs right there, and we're finna to try to put in a bull cross. The price is trading above the 200 EMA. I don't feel like that's a bad spot for Phantom. So there you go. Absolutely amazing. I do appreciate, read the chat. Okay, which part? I just want to, a 151 owner says in the chat, just want to say that I absolutely love your contents, man. I'm not the greatest in TA, but your advice has helped me make $20,000 with near a month ago. Please keep up the good work. My guy, shout out to that 20 grand. I'll split it right down the middle with you, bro. 80-20. Okay. Big shout out to 151 owners, man. Good job. I love to see messages like that. That's the stuff that keeps me going. Crypto is moving right now. That's for sure. I feel like when it was super boring last night, it was kind of preparing for a move like this, and that makes sense. Last night was not good trading conditions, and that's when in doubt, zoom out. When in doubt, zoom the picture out and really get a feel for, okay, what are the conditions we're trading in right here? And this is the thing, when I'm telling you guys, when you see the stock market looking really good, printing green dots on the 5-day, coming up on the RSI, got a negative 516 dual band strength index, that looks really good. And then you see Bitcoin on the daily, or even on Bitcoin's 5-day, just coming down the hill, -4. Right now, the decoupling is strong right now. We cannot lose this level. 61K. We don't want to go below 61K. Bad news bears, because if you turn the volume profile on, you will realize that, look at, how it kind of gaps down, and we're either going to end up in the 52s or we're the 42s. We don't even want to have that conversation. We want to hold the 61s. We want to bounce and live our life. All right, that's the goal here. All right, so just keep a close eye on it, guys. It is moving right now. I'm sure there are a lot of scalp trades out there. I'll take a look at some scalp trades for the Telegram group. maybe try to make some money on those. If you want to join the Telegram group, make sure you send me an email, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. Take your trading next level. The group has been doing very well. Been posting in there every single day. Got winning setups in there basically every day. It's been doing very well. Be sure to check that group out. Give me an email if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate that. Also, big shout out to my clothing line, Get Rich or Get Wrecked. The shirt I am wearing right now. Oh, let me click the button. This shirt I'm wearing right now just dropped today on the website. Head over to cryptochips.io. There is a giveaway to win 3 of these shirts if you want it. The giveaway, all the giveaways closed today, except for the new VeChain one. But if you want to get in over on to get this shirt, it's only $40. It's absolutely sick. All the profits go back into the brand, go back into giveaways for the audience. I'm not pocketing any of the money I make from Get Rich or Get Wrecked. It's basically just for awareness. It's to give back to the community. That's really all that matters to me. So it is not sold out. That's for if you're clicking on non-organic. I will ask them though. It shouldn't. It should be. She should be live. No, it's letting me add the thing is that the organic thing. I think he mixed those two up, and you can buy the non-organic. You can add that to the cart if you're confused. So there you go. Amazing. You guys rock. Smash the like button on your way out the door. My name's AJ Wright Crypto. Get wrecked. Don't get wrecked. Go check out the new shirt. I'd really appreciate it. What are you saying? I got the peanut gallery trying to tell me something. Oh, okay, got it. Much love, everybody. Don't get blown away in a tornado like I might right now. Okay, bye.